Hello and welcome to episode 15 on this Arbaal campaign. So, this is patch 6.3 by the way. So, we're gonna attack the greenskins, take them out, and really unleash what Khorne has to unleash in this case. Because right now we can go for a lot of corruption, we can go for a lot of cults, we can go for a lot of stuff, and we can go for Scarbrand. So, Scarbrand, level 33. Let me just check. I think I'll need to... Yeah, I'll make him a demonic leader. Typically, I don't like that, but... Oh, I'm gonna get some catapults or warp-lock Elves. Hold on. I cannot take 2 already. Elves would be nice, but you know what would be nice? A little bit more range with catapults. Yeah. Plague Claw, catapults, or warp lightning cannons. Maybe warp lightning cannons here? No, they have magical attack, they're cool. And it's more the range that I want. Yeah, so I want the range from them. Because Scarbrand is likely going to go up against the dwarves, and I really want range for him. And we can get... what can we get? We need a Khorne Corruption, actually. By the way, I'm starting to think that I need to go for Khorne Corruption. All of these texts are so good. But maybe Harvest's Pride, or maybe Raging Denial. Yeah, all of them are so good, but it takes so long. I could be research rating... I could be having a little bit more research rate, actually, with stealing tech and stuff. But Juggernaut Anger, I feel that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, let's go for this. Let's go for this. Let's go for it. And what can we do? Replace the Lord. Let's go for Scarbrand, and let's check out how Scarbrand is. He doesn't have Skull Takers, he has Bloodsoaked Champions. So I'm thinking I'm gonna, yeah, reskill him. If this wasn't, you know, because I'm already planning out the type of army, it would be a decent one. It would be a decent one. Actually, the AI did a good job there. So let's just get anything that is free. Oh, this level 10 is free. It has some Khorne Corruption, which is good. Reason why Khorne Corruption is good is because it's related to cults. Cults have a little bit more effects if they are more. There's a little bit more corruption. I wish that the stuff from cults wasn't as expensive. Sometimes it is a little bit more expensive, and then the cult gets discovered, etc. And I kind of the thing that the AI does against cults is that it stays a lot in their settlements and prevents the cults from working well because it reduces the corruption. So cults are really linked to the Books of Khorne. You know, if I can find the Books of Khorne and I'll just get the Khorne Corruption everywhere, that would be great. That would be great. If I would have the Books of Khorne, then suddenly this would be a much easier playthrough. That would be a great buff. So there's a lot of stuff here from Greases, but that's okay.
Blood speaker. Such is his will.
Let's get over the Saber Mountain. Yeah, he's in this array. The AI from the Greenskins is in this array, so I'm gonna take the opportunity. This is just a very easy, decisive victory here. I hope there's not a lot of casualties from my blood host. Let's sack the settlement, or can I skulls for the Skull Throne? That's a good decision here. I think I need to sack. That's a lot of gold, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a lot of gold. Summons a unit of blood letters. Oh, I'm gonna want that.
The bloodied flesh.
But for whom? That's on the Bloodstone. Okay, and I have a potion of healing. I kind of prefer that. Maybe I can get it for this. Yeah. It also gives that vigor loss reduction, so maybe Scarbrand is going to have that one. Maybe. Nothing here in terms of ancillaries. I'll handle the other stuff. So yeah, let's occupy and spend those, because I need one place at least so that the other two I can raise them, you know. Yeah, let's get a little bit reduction in upkeep while we can here. It's a little bit of gold, really.
To fight!
Anyway, had a terrible night actually with my kid waking up, so apologies if I'm yawning at sometimes. I swear it's not the game. It's just that I didn't get too much rest. That's the problems of being a father. When you're a father, you don't sleep. That's for sure. No one gets to sleep but the kids, actually. So Arbaal, I think because I've broken through the greenskins, I just want this guy to go over there and put up a cult with the demons of chaos. Now, because Arbaal is... Yeah, let me move here. I don't want to raid there. But I think because I've broken through, I can just attack the Eagle Eries there and then go to another challenge. This guy is gonna dislike me a lot from ruining the greenskins, honestly. But yeah, let's go kill for corn. Let's go blunt instrument so that you get everything that you would like. Yep, that sounds nice. And over here I already have the income from post-battle loot, the next blood host summon, the army ability. Army ability is always nice. Army abilities are always nice, but not for now. I don't want to have to spend the skulls. I don't have a lot of skulls here. So, do I want the upkeep? No, I just wanted basic. Let's get more from raiding and stuff. Let's get the Eagle Eries going. That's just another resolve. And then I think I'll raise the place. Let me see what I have the options. Oh, I can sack. I can skulls for the skull throne. You only need like 1 or 2 skulls for the skull throne here and there. And do I want to teleport with him? I think I'll want that. That's a close defeat? Really? I don't want that. That's because of Grimgore here. Yeah, let me just attack there. Yeah. This has to be because of Grimgore there. So let's auto. Favor replenishment. Let's get some more replenishment. And let's attack Ice Spew here. Yeah, there we go. Declare war. I'm not going to call my allies because this could cause them to... Whenever you call your allies, they can deny it and they can... It's a free... no longer want to be allied with you, you know? So skulls for the skull throne or blood for the blood god. Let's get another blood host going. I should have invested some to get a little bit more from the blood hosts. But I'm doing a strategy of a little bit of everything, you know, instead of just focusing on blood hosts or focusing on armies or focusing on raiding or sacking. I'm trying to do a little bit of everything, and it's not really that working. Wish I had earlier on gone for a little bit more. What I'm gonna go for is now cults. Let me try to explore a little bit the cult system with Arbaal, because I feel he can be the one with actually getting with the reduction of upkeep and stuff that he can actually do a lot. So if I can get a lot of victories and a lot of battles that will spread corn corruption, maybe we can do this. So I teleported here so that I can attack and win that challenge. And finally I have more than enough corn favor so that I can lose it a little bit. So that's a lot of cavalry, a lot of infantry, but only 2 units of archers. So this should be fairly straightforward and fairly easy. Let's go. So the shielded units in front and the dual wielders on the back. The dual wield corn units are just so great. They can do a lot of damage to anything, really. Any single entities, any infantry, anything like that. And I'm just going to attack on the flanks with my cavalry. They should be able to do it. And my heroes are going to screen for the enemy missiles. That's going to be easy. I hope the sound volume and the music volume is good. Let me summon a Fury unit. Summons are so great, you know. They're just so versatile. They help in so many circumstances. I did explode there, but it should have been a little bit more. It's just because I was spamming the orders. So, yeah, definitely the Wild Riders are not gonna enjoy this Wild Ride. That's a lot of very heavily armored Chaos Knights of Khorne. Yeah, you're not gonna enjoy this. These are not stag or great stag knights with armor piercing, so there's no problem whatsoever. And like immediately most of the enemy cavalry is routing and we're doing great. Even with my Skull Crushers going against the Wildwood Rangers, which should have some form of damage against them, I'm feeling just perfectly confident. So yep. This battle, I feel it's over before we even started it. But I did want to have at least a battle. And then fighting Wood Elves, it's always nice, especially when they don't shoot back. One thing, if you want to play zoomed in like this, there's always some key points that you have to pay attention to. Just ensure that you check periodically on the health of your single entities and your units, of course. And just check out for when you hear a global boor or a horn sound, because that's when they're calling in for retreat. That's the army losses. So if you can hear that, well, if you can pay attention for that, then maybe you can play with the zoomed in situation like that. So let's get some gold. We're going to pursue them and finish them off. That's good. Lots of favor. 35. That means 7 turns, actually, that we can hold on with that. And that's even more now. Skulls or favor? Favor. Yeah, there we go.
Orders heeded.
Oh, I got 1. Okay, let's casualty replenishment. Because, for instance, these buildings that give corruption should give a lot more. They should give a lot more. So, yeah, look at that. It's a lot more corruption. I want to try this for the casualty replenishment. It's not really for that. Corruption. I could even go with, you know, later on I can just destroy all the cults and get a bunch of gold and stuff and skulls. But yeah, let me try it. Let me try to focus down on the cults and see if it's a good idea. Or if it's feasible, you know? I know that the typical idea is just to sack with Khorne, but I want to try something different for this playthrough. Okay, let's just grab specialists wherever we can. It always helps. Let's get this guy encamped here. There we go. That would be nice, actually. The control faction wide is always nice. So we're going to eventually have to capture Nuln there. And there's Belagar Ironhammer with a bunch of artillery. So we're going to see what happens there. Overall, I'm going to attack also on versus these vampire accounts in the Silver Pinnacle. Yeah, that should be nice.
Blood speaker.
And then we're gonna get all the green skin places, finish them out. Likely we're gonna then have some other faction declare war on us, depending who it is. We'll adapt. So growth, recruit rank and global recruitment. That would be nice. I'm actually recruiting. So why not? Yeah.
His is the reward.
Yep. I'm actually recruiting some units, so that will help. Well, I cannot change those, but yeah. But I'll be able to use and benefit this one on the next turn. Yep, that should be quite fine. Let me get this Khorne cultist here to establish a cult. Yep. And overall, ready for duty with Scarman the Exiled. That's nice. And I have another defeat, of course, another challenge. Drawn to Destruction, the Ice Spewer. That's cool. And what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Belegar is kind of fleeing here from our location, and we need to deal with Belegar, and then Skarbrand needs to deal here with the Court of Libaris. So let's replace the Lord with Skarbrand, and let's get Skarbrand with the Skull Takers here. Give him everything that he likes. There we go. Thick skin and brass collar, yes, because we want him to be brutal. Root Marcher, Call to Bloodletting, and Blood Feast. You know, I could go for the corruption. I could go for a big corruption boost with all my lords and stuff. But oh, he's gonna have the raiding. Yeah, that's for sure. Let's go Harbingers of Death, Skillful Corn, Brutal Charge. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That's good. He doesn't have any units with level 7 yet, so no point going on the second part of the red line. Let's try to assassinate this hero. It's a Lich Priest. Yeah, failure, but I still get some experience out of it. He's gonna need a cult. That's why I didn't want to recruit anyone. Might as well just give him another Blood Ripper in the meantime. And these two, yeah, I've been mishandling these cults because I overestimated how much the corruption would actually get, you know, because if you're not around, if you don't have a lot of forces around, then you won't be able to get those. So let me just, do I want to demolish this one? Yes, the other one I'm not sure, because I can fight there and at least get some from it. And over here the same thing. Yeah. There are some battles that are going to be fought in this province, but I mean, it hasn't been the case, so it's always this case where you want the cults. That's never where you got them, and that's a big problem with the cults. I think they should spread out like the Undercities, or there should be a building to spread more cults around. I think that would be beneficial, and then tweaks in some of the other stuff from Khorne to make it a little bit more balanced instead. Even though, I mean, they're fun. We can sack, we need gold. Okay, we get the Torment Blade ability there, that's good. You're gonna go against the Black Fang. There we go, and Karak Vrag does have the biggest garrison. I should have moved them towards that. Okay, let's get Brass Collar. Let's get you over here. Yep. What do I need? More corn corruption? Yeah, I think so. And the gold? Well, I'm gonna have all these armies nearby, so likely that's gonna be possible. I could attack on Blizzard Peak here, but I think instead I'm just gonna replenish here. Come on, Valmir. I'm gonna replenish. Just stay defensive. And with you, we're gonna go over here. Let me just move to my area. Yeah, that's not a big army at all. It's not a big army at all. So let me just ambush. In case there's anyone that will need to ambush. I could move here in Forced March, or I can move here just in Basic March. Yeah, I don't want to be in Forced March yet. Just standard. There's like a Skaven settlement there, so I don't want to force anything. You're going to replenish troops, you are going to go do training, and what I'm going to recruit in terms of units. That's a lot of stuff. Did I want a cultist? I didn't want a cultist here. I think I wanted the cultists to establish cults, either in Karak Vlag or somewhere else. So, what are you going to do? Yeah, some Exalted Bloodletters, that's for sure. They're quite fast still. For infantry units. I want some Chaos Furies, that's for sure. I don't want just to be Flesh Hounds. And of course, I'm going to have some Flesh Hounds, some more Flesh Hounds. But maybe a Blood Shrine? No, let's just have... I want a very fast reinforcing army style. You know? Let me try that. Especially versus Dwarfs, for instance, I feel that their army is going to be really effective. Because it has all the the things that dwarves hate. Mobility, flyers, you know, they really don't like when you bring a ton of those. I'm gonna be discovered here unless I do something, so might as well do it.
All right.
Yeah, Belagar seems to be going away. So I can just go over here, over to Steingard, destroy it, and then Arbaal is gonna arrive. So yeah, that's gonna be fine. I still have enough corn favor, still have enough gold, still have enough skulls. So overall, as long as I have a surplus of everything, that's cool. Oh, it states a Pyrrhic victory. Well, let's auto-resolve it. Yeah, don't mind. And Skulls of the Skull Throne, that sounds like good. Or I can go Blood for the Blood God. I mean, could go for Blood for the Blood God. I can sack and then do the Blood for the Blood God thing. Yeah, I think so. I don't want to capture it though. So yeah, let's just make sure that we are raiding. Okay, that's cool. Let's. I wanted to extend the purpose, you know, doing something else. Okay, so let's upgrade here in Skaven Blight and everywhere else. Okay, that's nice. Some of these places, by the way, all that they are doing is giving me more heroes, and I could then have like a pack of 5 heroes with corruption enhancement going all around, just expanding corruption and corruption and corruption, you know? It's not exactly the best mechanic. You know, the nature of how the corruption works is not really easy to spot when it's going to work, when it's not going to work. It's the difficult part, but still, I like that. I like to try, at least. Okay, some outpost stuff. Yeah, I'm destroying this one or this one. Yeah, there's no point having this one. I don't have anything. I don't know why I built that up. I think the biggest problem is that sometimes when I build this, the corn corruption is there because I have my army, right? And when the army goes away, of course the corn corruption goes away as well. Because of all the heroes and lord corruption addition, that it's just gone there. So yep. And that's why sometimes that happens. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye bye.